A friend of mine wanted her son to do some FasterEFT. He was 17, so he went onto the website and had a look at everybody. And he said he didn't want anybody who did Reiki. He didn't want anybody who did this. He just wanted the scientific. So he ended up coming to me.
Good.
And he'd been suicidal. He'd just had a breakup relationship or whatever, and he'd gone to the school psych. And I spent 10 minutes with him on the phone, and he said he got more from that 10 minutes on the phone than he did from the psychologist. But the point of that was that he did not want to go to anybody who he didn't think was like rigid scientific.
Yeah. So what did you say now? He did or did not want? He
did not want to go to anybody who had
Reiki, yeah.
Reiki or
Yeah.
massage or
Yeah.
these are healing.
Yeah, because I mean, honestly, I know a lot of you guys are into that kind of stuff, and that's great. It's good entertainment. But honestly, when you hang around people, it seems to be normal. But when you go outside of those realms, the majority of the people aren't that way. And I don't know about you, I would like to reach everybody. I mean, my personal life, I'm into some of that stuff too. But you don't hear me talk about it. You don't hear me do it in seminar. You don't see me do it in my sessions either. Because I know that if I can reach everybody, that means everybody can be helped. If I negate people because of my own religious beliefs, which is Christianity, what's not Christianity, or past life stuff, or energy stuff, or numerology, or astrology, it repels people. And you've been around this stuff if you're energy. You've seen the weird shit about it too. So why don't we just kind of keep it clean? Because honestly, isn't it really about helping people? And like with Kim Jewell, a perfect example, her son has seen Kim in the energy stuff. Seen Kim in the energy stuff, which the rocks, the crystals, the waters, the tarot cards, the psychic stuff. And he said, she would never be able to tap on him. She said, "No, Mom, this is too weird." But she's sitting there listening to my videos, and she goes, "I like this guy." Now, why? Because it's logical, it's practical, it makes sense, and it's not talking about angels and fairies and energy. So look, even her personal belief system repels her own son because he can see the weirdness to it. Do you want to help people, or do you want to make people who believe spiritually like you do? Which is more important? Right, so that's the point. Now, another thing too is like, there was a guy, I call him the Paul of Sarsis, and he said this, "I'm the Paul of Sarsis with you in FasterEFT." He kicked me out of an EFT. Paul of Sarsis. Paul. You know who he is? Yeah, the Apostle Paul. He killed Christians, and he hated Christians. He hated Robert Smith. He hated FasterEFT. He kicked me out of several EFT groups. And over a period of time, he says there's nothing better than EFT. You cannot be doing all this stuff. It's not true. You're lying. And so eventually I made a deal with him where he could buy the Ultimate Training Kit. And now he's been trying for years to get into schools. He couldn't get into schools. He's using the EFT model of thinking. So after he started studying FasterEFT, he started going in. He approached them with the FasterEFT model and mindset and tools, and he's getting amazing results. You see, he posts a lot of stuff of what he's doing with FasterEFT. Before that, he couldn't get in there because of the mindset we have is a very neutral, productive, easy to accept system. That's what you want. Now, your personal religious beliefs, your personal energetic ideas, that's great. Share it with the people in your close circles. But when you do FasterEFT, keep it clean. Because I'm telling you, you're going to work with somebody and you're going to bring it out. It's going to repel people. And they won't send their sister because she's a Christian. They won't send these other people because they're Christians because you're doing this weird stuff. But if you do it in a neutral way, and that's why when we come, people see us. If they come and see us and they say they have past lives, you know what FasterEFT fears do? Tell me more. Tell me all about it. Give me the memories of references. If you believe in whatever they believe, we take it in because we know the truth, and the truth is, it's all metaphoric. Everything that we see in front of us, every problem is from our metaphoric mind. The metaphoric mind manifests and produces what we hold. And we distort realities based on our programmings. We know that. And so what I'm just saying, operate from neutrality, operate from absolutes, which is the belief system. You're born, you experience them, we create a reality, we use this reality to create how we see things, and we just change their internal references, however they do it, then you'll create big changes for people. Does that make sense? So it's very powerful. Now we're going to go, this week we're going to go a lot into, we're going to study about memory, we're going to study about false memory, we're going to study about how memories are people who are programmed to see certain things just because of the practitioner's angle and point of view. And what we want to do is we want to be as neutral as we possibly can. Because there's some people, when we started doing these intakes, and individuals would do their own intake. We have, like Kim Jewell was doing her intake, and Deirdre was doing her intake, and these other people doing their intake. By their intake, they're presuming something that they shouldn't be presuming. And from an angle, like one person, she was ritually sexually abused. And so when she has a client come in, she goes, "You were sexually abused. There is something here, you were sexually abused." And they're trying to find your sexual abuse. Now what happens is, and this back in the 80s, psychologists were taken into court and sued because of false memories, because people are very hypnotizable. So just share your experience if you don't mind.
Okay, so
What you want to do is share how you found, how you found out about it, and then all of a sudden you decide, just your story.
okay, so I found about FasterEFT on YouTube back in December, and I started tapping on myself like straight away. And I was going through some rough times, and I felt like I needed to go and see a practitioner in Sydney. So I went to the website, and I found a woman, and and I went and saw her, and I was really excited about it. I told my mom, and I actually borrowed money from my mom to be able to afford to go and see her. And when I got there, we started tapping on a memory, and after that, doing 2 rounds of tapping, she just stopped and told me that we need to talk more about it. So she started talking more about it, and like she basically told me that I shouldn't interfere with like my mom's and dad's relationship, and that's how do you say, like, and she told me that I'm a high sensitive person, and that's something I have to deal with. And also, she gave me like a diagnosis basically. And then she did some things like, we have to do like cleansing thing because you got a blocked energy here. And then I got such a bad migraine and everything because we went back to memories and she didn't clear it up. So I had to lay down on like a thing and just relax and breathe. And then she said that I have to come back for a few sessions. So I was there for 2 hours, and I paid $160 per hour. And then
Per hour?
And I just felt a lot worse like when I left there. And I had a migraine for like 4 days after.
So how many rounds of tapping did you get?
Was it EFT?
Yeah, she did that in the
FasterEFT.
beginning, like two times, and then she's
FasterEFT.
doing the normal EFT and things like that. And then she just talked and made me feel a lot worse and told me that this is not something I should interfere with, like my mom and dad's relationship. That's something to do about God and the universe. I don't know. Yeah.
Seriously. Now, she's a level 1 FasterEFT practitioner. I never saw her, so I don't know if it's home study or what. Or maybe she's not even one. I don't know.
Yeah, she's on the website, so that's
Okay.
how I find her.
Very good. Interesting. Right. Give her a hand. How did your experience the other day you got tapped on? How did you feel after that one?
Amazing.
Hold on. Oh, you got benefits from being tapped, or she being tapped on.
What are you going to do about this?
So what I'm going to do about it, I'm going to contact her. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Give her a hand. Good job.
But how would she have known that wasn't FasterEFT?
Well, she does know because she went, but she didn't get what her money's worth.
Yeah, so there needs to be a...
Yeah. So she needs to be contacted. Yeah. Yeah. Good job. Thank you, sweetie. So we're working on trying to make a standard and make sure that people are actually getting. And that's one reason why I said we want to create some kind of check and balances for the practitioners. The good thing is, with FasterEFT, unlike EFT, there's only one trainer, there's only one system and one place to get trained FasterEFT. EFT, anybody can create their own school and their own college of EFT. So there, at least we do have some what you call leverage or standards that we're trying to create. And that's what I want to do, is I want to create a system that is beyond reproach. In order to do that, we just got to fine-tune these pieces. That's what we're trying to do. Thank you for sharing, because there are people who have contacted me and said I had a session with a FasterEFTer, and come to find out they never been trained FasterEFT. They watched YouTube videos and they didn't get a real good FasterEFT. So we'll just have to make sure we do a check and balance on this stuff. So, but and then again, you have to understand too, over the years, FasterEFT has grown and shifted and changed.
I found that also on some of the Facebook pages, you know, and you're reading them and they haven't, you think that it's a practitioner's Facebook page, but they've only been watching the YouTube videos, you know, like, and they're on there.
Oh,
So,
they shouldn't be on there though.
Yeah, so you sort of think, well, I don't really want to swap with you. You haven't done the training properly as well, you know.
So if, by the way, guys, if you're on the FasterEFT pages and you're working with somebody or know of someone who shouldn't be on there, isn't doing what they need to do, we need to check and balance this, because we want to protect people, and we want to make sure that they're getting what you call real good FasterEFT. We want quality. We want good quality practitioners. So again, that's why this round, over the years, I've been fine-tuning, fixing, sorting, adjusting, and improving FasterEFT. Now that's why I highly recommend come back and do a level 1 again if you can, because you're going to get a better FasterEFT training, because it's been fine-tuned over the years.
Can you have a logo or something that people can use who are accredited?
Well, see, level 4s are actually real practitioners. See, level 1, 2, and 3 are not really fully certified. They're in training.
No, but we have a logo too to put on your site or something to show that you've got accredited.
Well, but see, again, a logo can be copied and pasted from anywhere. But, yeah.
What do you do about people that rubbish say things about FasterEFT? Because a colleague of mine, she did the Site K, and they were saying on the Site K course, oh, FasterEFT is dangerous, you shouldn't do this. And I said, and she was saying to me all these things that, you know, you shouldn't do with memories, you should do. And I said, I have to disagree with you. And she had this she was sort of on this track of it's dangerous, and I'd been doing it on my daughter, even though it helped her daughter, you know, deal with being picked on at school and things like that. And she just was absolutely devastated that she'd done something dangerous.
It's not true.
I know, that's what I said.
But see, you have to understand, it's just like FasterEFT is effective. It is very, very easy, very profoundly effective, and it's very universally true. And people who, like the EFTers do it too. I mean, FasterEFT is a threat to EFTers. And even though they say they're not political, it's very political. Because it is a threat, because we have a different thinking system with it. So what do you do about it? You do nothing. Right. All you do is you just, like I got kicked out of the Emotional Freedom Techniques page 5 times. I'm in the 6th time. Now I'm a part of the group. And the whole reason is because of the mindset that we're coming from is a different way of thinking. And it's almost like a belief system. Like the energy system is a belief system. The past life is a belief system. And so here it is. We're saying if you operate from absolutes, you know, the birth, our life, this life experiences, you address all this, it does create conflict. So what do you do about it? You just keep doing what's right. You don't get upset about it. You don't bother about it. You don't put any bad thoughts about it. You tap on it. And I just keep putting it out there. Put it out there. Eventually they'll catch on, or they'll just drop off and die. That's how it works. So you don't get upset about it. Just stick with what you know is true. Tap on your emotions about it, and then eventually they'll catch up.
Yeah, because I did get drawn in, and because she's really quite specific, and then I just went, oh, this is about you, not about... And I said, I have to just disagree with you, but you believe what feels good to you.
Yeah, and there are belief systems. And by the way, some belief systems, you know, some churches, this is definitely evil. Other churches accept it completely. So... Well, what she was just saying, changing memories, what she's talking about. You don't change memories. And by the way, and you have to understand, if people have scary, horrible memories, do they want to go look at memories? If they create an identity about themselves because of horrible memories, do you want to change those? They're going to be, this is the biggest, when I found this little jewel right here, changing memories, This is where I got the biggest resistance with. And the reason is because this creates our miserable identity. That's why it's a big resistance. That's why people say it's dangerous. It is dangerous because it'll totally change your life. And you can be totally happy and different person. So that's the key.
A psychologist friend of mine, I said to her, "Oh, you can change everything." She said, "Oh, no, I don't think so. There's some things you just can't change." Mm-hmm. And I thought, well, I'm not going to go there.
Yeah. That's because they don't know. Well, see, they don't know. Again, you have to understand, too, they don't know. They were trained and taught that memories are real. And when I was in a hypnosis seminar, and I was the only one who was not a trained psychology or psychotherapist, and I said something very profound. Memories aren't real. They just seem real because you feel it. It came to me. And all of a sudden, they all got mad at me. Oh, no, they're real. You know, and they were, and the instructor was almost had to stand between me and all the lions to keep them away from me. All right? And so, and one of the guys on break said, "Robert, if we did what you do, we would lose money. We'd lose our business." And I said, "No, there's a lot of people out there who could use this help. A lot. And you have credentials."
Robert, I'm a Christian and I've done a lot of Christian counselling training and stuff. And when I went to a course that Judy was running about 3 years ago, I got so excited because this ticked all of my boxes and more effective. Mm-hmm. And I can't understand why Christians get so defensive, because it's on about express where you are and release and let it go and forgive. Mm-hmm. I just don't understand where the threat is.
Yeah, it's more about, again, it's about fears. And when Jesus talked about it, it says your eyes are light, your body's light. Your eyes are dark, your body's dark. How great the darkness is. He says if your eyes cause you to stumble, pluck it out. He's not talking about eyeballs.
No, he's not.
He's talking about your mind. He's talking about mental processing. But see, again, it's not about that. It's about keeping us in our stuff. You know, they're afraid, and that's normal.
When I was a Christian, I used to think that
I
doing
like that
anything...
when I was a Christian.
That's another story. Doing anything where you took things into your own hands and didn't just allow God to do it, that was evil. And I was taught, and it was deeply rooted in my belief system, that anything that wasn't just having faith that God would change it, then that's making an idol out of yourself by putting yourself above God.
Yeah. But see, that's the church's teachings. That's not Jesus' teachings. Jesus says, take every thought captive to the obedience of Christ. If it causes you to problems, pluck it out. He says, it's about you. See, the problem is religion and truth. You know, I'm not a Christian either. I don't want to be one. I've been one. There's a difference. Jesus wasn't a Christian. All the disciples weren't Christians either. They were disciples. And a disciple is a student of truth. Absolute truth. Jesus says, the kingdom of heaven is in your heart, not there. We've been taught you die and you go there. Jesus said, love your neighbor as you love who? Yourself. The church says, love other people more. So there's a difference. But the truth of Jesus, I believe and I follow and use. The church, I do not. But there's good people everywhere. There's good Satanists. There's good church people. There's good AAAers. There's good energy healers. There's good everything. But the deal is, what we want to do as FasterEFT is we operate from absolutes, which is neutrality. It's your past. It's how you hold your past. It's what you do to yourself inside your head. It's your inner references. It's your metaphor expressions. You do this. You change that. No matter what group you go to, it's going to work. All right? That's the key. Stay in this mindset. So...
Robert, there is some newer research that memories aren't often correct.
That's right. We're going to go with that today too.
Oh, good. And I was just wondering whether, and you may have already done this, is whether to actually get the evidence, like get the research, so that we get to be a bit more clinical, a bit more evidence based, so that if you can cite if you can cite an article that says there was this research done, and they did an experiment where they told these two children stories and they made them believe they were lost.
Well, we're going to see that today.
Good.
We're going to see
Excellent.
that today.
Okay, so
Today or
'cause I
tomorrow.
thought that way would give us a bit more cred.
Yeah. We're going to see that. This is what we're going to go over for sure. This week. Yeah. This is what we're going to go over this week. We're going to talk about memories. We're going to talk about how we indoctrinate people with our own belief systems by our questionings when we do sessions. And that's why when I harp on this, I keep saying it, guys, come from the place of neutrality, without any of your own personal agenda. And that's where the problem is. So they go to therapists and they actually induce, give, promote problems. We don't do that. We elicit, we pull out, we transform, and we change. All right?